first card, Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is in your own wheelhouse. This is a Virgo card. This is about self-mastery, but not just self-mastery for your inner work. This is your calling. You have a gift, a specialty, a particular skill that you are good at that people want to pay you for and actually want to call on you. You know, think of it as like, let's say you're an electrician or something. People want to call you and have you work on their fixtures. You know, let's say you're a painter. People want to call you and have you do their portrait. And in the recent past, you've come to the realization that you're happy to do this. You actually enjoy this type of employment. You actually want to stay in this field. You came to some kind of crossroads where you had to decide, do I want to stay here? Is this what I want to do? Do I want to keep on? And you got a resounding yes. So congratulations. Keep up the good work. You are absolutely skilled. Do not get into any kind of imposter syndrome where you're like, no, I just got into it because it's what my uncle did or what my granny did. No, this is actually for you. So very good. Second card, the Magician. Spirit is saying it's time for you to become more creative and open-minded about what it is that brings you joy with this profession. You might want to start advertising. You might want to step outside of your box. If you're more of a shy Virgo, because Virgos are typically ambitious. Virgos are like, no, I know my worth. I'm going to speak on it. But every Virgo is different. So if you've been feeling a little withdrawal or shyness, please know, this is like the Maverick card. This is that card is like, I can literally use whatever I have to get more and get what I need. So advertising, using the skill set you have, instead of worrying like, oh, I need to advance, I need to get more education. Spirit's like, start now. You actually have it. This is the card of the present. Go ahead. Gather together your pentacle, your cup, your wands, your sword. Call on that magic. They're waiting to give it to you, Virgo. Okay? Very good. Congratulations. Last card. Spirit put some punctuation on this one too. Spirit said, do it now. With the Knight of Swords. This is a card of urgency without rushing. This is a card of go full on in. Don't be scared. I ain't never scared. That's what this card says. This is the shining white knight, as they say. For this card, because I always like to put a little piece of adult psychology when I'm reading my cards, right? It just gives me a certain sense of peace. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a counselor, but this card is talking about the teenage wound healing. There was a part of you, Virgo, between the ages of 13 and 21. For me, that's the teenage years, where you wanted to be someone who was seen as trustworthy. You wanted to be someone who was seen as being listened to. You had a wound with not being listened to. You probably shut down and went into silence because it was like, you know what? I'd rather not. You don't want to hear me. I don't want to hear you. But it wounded. It wounded that communication center. And for a Virgo, as much as this is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius card, for a Virgo, because you're Mercury, because you're connected with Gemini, that wounded you. So don't be afraid. When it comes to this skill, it's time to tell everybody. You're someone who's doing something from scratch, and people need to know how skilled you are. So don't be afraid, Virgo. Very good.